I'm a dancer, and I'm a traveler. And wherever I go, I experience the world one dance at a time. I'm Mickela Mallozzi, and this is Bare Feet. Bare Feet is supported in part by
Bloomberg Connects gives you a way to experience the arts from your mobile phone. You can explore hundreds of cultural organizations from around the world, anytime, anywhere. Learn more at bloombergconnects.org or wherever you find your apps.
Here in New York City, the Hispanic and Latinx community is the fastest growing demographic, with almost a third of New Yorkers claiming Latin heritage. The term Latinx is a gender-neutral identifier versus saying Latina or Latino. It includes Hispanic American, Latin American, and Brazilian cultures and ethnicities. On this Bare Feet in NYC adventure, we discover what it truly means to identify as Latinx through its diverse rhythms, food, and of course, its dances. My first stop is to Astoria, Queens, for the grand reopening of the Astoria Tango Club, a monthly milonga or tango party hosted by singer and true porteño and Buenos Aires native Pablo Pereira.
You are at the Astoria Tango Club. We call this a milonga in my country. A milonga is a gathering of people to dance tango. And it's the most authentic milonga in the USA.
I mean, I have goosebumps right now because immediately I felt transported back to Buenos Aires. I was reminded why I fell in love with tango, with the music, with the dancing. It's a magical night.
It's like being in Buenos Aires, except that you don't need your passport and you save a couple of $1,000s in a ticket.
Similar to milongas in Buenos Aires, Argentina, tonight's milonga starts with a beginner tango lesson.
To dance tango, 80% is just walking. If we reduce tango to the minimum expression, it's a walking in embrace, walking together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 in place, 1, 2, 3.
Tango was born from the melting pot of immigrant communities in Buenos Aires, Argentina, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. With influences from Africa, Europe, and the local indigenous communities in Argentina and Uruguay, this popular dance has since grown from the barrios of Buenos Aires to main stages worldwide. I forgot how much I love tango. It is this conversation you're having with another person, with their body, and it just wakes up something inside of you. And I feel like I'm right back into Buenos Aires, and I'm reminded why I fell in love with that place, this dance, this music. I am so happy to be here. Tango music is also known for its unique instrumentation. Feeling very percussive without drums, the orchestration includes piano, bass, violin, and of course, the bandoneon, which is part of the concertina family of instruments. And tonight came with a very special surprise for me.
Hugo.
Kayla.
I cannot believe that we are in New York City right now together. Hugo was in our very second episode of Bare Feet in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I walked in and my jaw dropped to the floor. I mean, I think it's destiny because dance has really connected me with so many wonderful people in the world. It feels like the world is reopening again.
Yeah, I hope.
You want to dance? I also want to see my friends, and I also want to see dancers dancing because they've been for over a year without the job. All right? So we should have dancing, we should have musicians everywhere. All right?
Tango was born from the working class of the poorer neighborhoods of Buenos Aires, but it exploded in popularity once exported to major cities like Paris and New York in the early 1900s. From there, it evolved into a highbrow style of dance that has continued to captivate audiences everywhere.
There are lots of places, mostly studios, where they have like tango gatherings, but a big part of it is the social aspect. People have fun, people, they like getting together. Yeah. So I wanted to have a place that you don't just come to dance tango or to take a lesson. You can come, you can listen to music, you can see people dancing, you can eat, you can make friends. That's the whole concept. Yeah. An Argentinian night.
To the grand reopening of the Astoria Tango Club here in Queens.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to you. Salud.
Queens is one of the most diverse boroughs in the world. From Astoria, I make my way to Jackson Heights, a Queens neighborhood that is a true melting pot of New York. I meet with Nikki Padilla, local tour guide and Queens native. She's taking me to some of her favorite places to eat traditional dishes from Central and South America. Nikki brings me first to La Gran Uruguaya Bakery on 37th Avenue and 85th Street to start the morning with a sweet breakfast treat.
So this is a chaja, or a postre chaja, and it's basically a meringue cake, and then there's layers, and it'll have layers of sponge cake, and then in between whipped cream.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes dulce de leche, depending on the recipe, and then it's usually coated in meringue, and then peaches is the most traditional.
Wow.
So it looks really, really heavy, but it's actually super, super light.
It is light.
Oh, wow, that's really light.
It kind of just like melts into nothing in your mouth. I have to say, when I got off the train, you get this whiff of delicious food from the elevated train. And you're like, I'm in Jackson Heights. I'm gonna eat really well.
When you come here to the Uruguayan bakery, like, yes, you can find things from other cultures, but you're gonna have people coming here who are from Uruguay and they want something from home. And that's, I think, what's special about Queens in general, but especially this area.
Yeah.
I mean, I only eat out in Queens. I never go into the city. Like, why would I?
Don't say that. We don't want to say that. We're not pitting borough against borough.
Next stop, Nikki takes me to the famous Arepa Lady, just 7 blocks down 37th Avenue at 78th Street. We're here to try the legendary Colombian arepas.
Brandon, your grandmother started Arepa Lady.
Yeah, I think a little bit over than 30 years ago. She started it on Roosevelt Avenue in a little cart. She would be out there from like 9 or 10 p.m. all the way to 5 a.m. by herself.
So she would prepare it during the day at home.
Yeah.
Then spend all night on the street,
Yeah.
selling it on the street.
Exactly.
So it was almost like a 24-hour job, pretty much.
Basically for her, yeah,
Wow.
it was.
With the help of her sons in 2014, Maria Cano, the legendary Arepa Lady, opened her first brick-and-mortar restaurant almost 25 years after she started with her little cart on Roosevelt Avenue. There are now 3 locations in New York City, including this one here in Jackson Heights, Queens. Maria has since retired, but the restaurants are still run by her family. Today, we're trying empanadas, chicharrón, and of course, arepas.
So hard.
So this is the arepa de queso. Inside has mozzarella cheese. Outside is queso blanco, which is like a white farmer's cheese. The arepa de choclo is made out of fresh corn. That's why it's yellow. They fold it over, and it has cheese inside, also the queso blanco.
Wow.
Those are the original 2 arepas.
So she used to make these and
Yeah,
sell
that's
these on the
it,
street.
yeah.
Wow. Just cutting into this is so dense.
Yeah, this is a cheesy one.
I don't know which I like better. They're very different,
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah, they are. That's why I think people love them, because you get the best of both worlds here.
This is phenomenal.
For our last stop, Nikki takes me to one of the most famous food trucks in all of New York, Birrialandia, just a few blocks away from the busy Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue train stop. We meet with Chef Jose Moreno and his brother Jesus to understand why their Mexican birria has become so popular here in Queens and in all of New York City.
So this is birria land, basically, in English.
Yeah.
What is birria?
Birria is a beef stew. We boil in the water for 3.5, 4 hours. It depends the size of the meat, how you cut the pieces. The best way to eat this is like this. You try use this like as a spoon. You dip, you put it like this, and you get to this absorber.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. All right. So in there like a spoon.
There you go.
Like a scoop, yeah?
Yeah, exactly like a scoop.
I started
Oh my God.
Do you like it?
It's delicious. Look at this juice dripping off of my hands. And then you drink it.
Yeah.
Jose is a classically trained chef who worked for years in fine dining restaurants. He decided to start the Birrialandia food truck in 2019, offering the food that he loves so much to his community. With only 4 items on the menu, Birrialandia has become an institution here in New York.
Somebody asked me this question, what do you think when you bring the birria to United States? I say, I don't think nothing at the moment. I don't know what I was doing. My friends tell me, hey, the American dream is in your hand, take it. I say, what? That's changed my life.
Yeah.
That's changed our life. We get population, but we get a lot of work. And it's how you feel the passion for the food.
My next stop is to the Loisaida Center in the heart of Alphabet City, home base for New York City's all-women Afro-Brazilian percussion ensemble, Batala, New York.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having me.
And I'm here to make some beautiful music with these incredible women.
Batala stands for 2 things. One is hit there, as in bata in Portuguese, la.
Batala.
Hit there.
Right.
But then also representing peace and unity.
Oh, it's so light. It's deceivingly large and
It's huge.
It's huge, but it is very light.
Yeah. Hours later, you may have a different story. But yes, that's why they're made of aluminum and not steel, is because, you know, they're meant to be worn on the body as an extension of the body.
Right.
We have axes for Shango, cowrie shells for, you know, richness of African heritage. And then we have this really cool pattern here, right? So this symbolizes our clave, which is a dat, 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 dat.
Whoa.
Yeah, so everything's coded.
The Loisaida Center works hand in hand with other community organizations, including only a few blocks away, Plaza Cultural de Armando Perez Community Garden.
I love this neighborhood. Yeah.
The Plaza Cultural was founded in 1978. It was a former vacant lot filled with rubble that was transformed by the local Hispanic community into a community garden and open space for art.
Okay. Now hit it real hard, bud. Okay. So your part is the one, you follow her. Whatever she does, you want to do. Okay.
We've had Batala here since 2012. And over the years, we realized this music is the product of Black resistance in Brazil. These drums are played all over, but, you know, as a form of protest.
Yeah.
It's a form of showing pride in African heritage. So we embrace that full on right here.
Batala's musical samba reggae roots hail from Bahia, Brazil, the epicenter of Afro-Brazilian culture. And as the name suggests, samba reggae was born out of a blend of rhythms from Bahia and Jamaica in the late 1980s.
You're all women. Is that specific to New York?
Well, one of those guys in Brazil was like, I'm gonna start an all-women's Batala. This was his idea, his.
Interesting.
Right? So then there's this all-women Batala group. One person moved from there to Washington, D.C. We saw them, and we thought, okay, let's start our own all-women's group, but we're gonna be woman-led. And so whenever there's like a Black Women's March or a rally for culturally relevant education or anything like that, we show up.
Yeah.
From Alphabet City, I make my way to the Upper West Side, to Ballet Hispanico, a dance institution here in New York that has celebrated over 50 years of bringing Latinx voices to stages around the world through dance. I meet with Eduardo Villaro, artistic director of Ballet Hispanico.
Ballet Hispanico is one of America's cultural treasures. Yep. It is the largest and oldest Latinx dance company in the nation, and it's an international touring company that goes throughout the world, bringing narratives of Latinx voices to everyone. But we're also a training center. We have a school of dance, we have community engagement programs to learn about Latinx cultures. You have to realize that for oppressed and marginalized people, to be able to have a space to walk in and hear their language and see themselves reflected is so powerful. It's that whole idea of belonging. It's what makes me get up in the morning. Right now, we're building this new work about the life of Evita Peron. It's a female choreographer making a commentary. Now, we're not saying she was a hero for everyone. We're just looking at an iconic representation and taking that narrative away from the male gaze.
Commissioned choreographer of the Doña Perón Ballet is Anabel Lopez Ochoa, prolific Latina artist who has choreographed a number of ballets for the company and considers working with Ballet Hispanico as a homecoming.
I discovered choreography when I was 11 years old, and I never stopped. Any opportunity, meaning like a free studio, free dancers, I would just choreograph. And I knew at 11 years old, if I could do that every day, being in a studio with dancers, I would be the happiest woman in the world. From the relevé, you fall and you envelope. Yes? It's gonna work when we're together. Once again, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I prepare 6 months in advance. Then I forget everything about my preparation. I come into a studio and I improvise with the dancers, knowing what we're going to talk about, because the magic of creation happens in the studio, not at home on a piece of paper. Sometimes, art is, well, it's a lot. It's entertaining, it's poetry, it's beauty, and sometimes it is a social commentary. There's so many stories that are being told in Hollywood and in literature. But in dance, I think we have to take risks. We have to invest, because not every new work will be well received. And I think that our audiences deserve it.
You're taking class with our Palante students, which is a new program that we just started. It's a program that is for students after high school that are still struggling to find their way in this career. And they get this on totally free tuition.
Wow.
Palante translates to moving forward in sort of a street slang, and this program does exactly that for its recipients. Ballet Hispanico was founded in 1970 by Latina dance visionary Tina Ramirez. The 3 pillars of her mission were growing the professional company, the school, and community engagement. The Palante program is a way to encompass all 3 aspects of her vision for Ballet Hispanico overall.
So we're just gonna start learning the first couple of steps, yeah? You're reaching right arm, back, around, PK up. Now you're gonna step on the left foot, behind your chair, and go 4th position, and arms are gonna go up. And 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and peek 4,
For me to be part of this program, I feel like it really gives me an insight on what it would be like to be in a company. It's a really different dynamic from teacher to student versus like being a professional and what is expected of you. I think the most valuable thing is just like being able to see all the other artists in the room that I'm with and how different we all are, but how we can come together.
Instead of the elbow, let the back swing the arm. Yeah, so that you're feeling this swing, and then it pulls you back to the other side. Yeah.
I was really drawn to the work because it was rooted in Latinx community and sharing the stories of Latinx people in just communities who have had a history of marginalization in the US and whose stories aren't always told on the stage. I don't identify as Latinx, but I'm coming in as a person who wants to share and be a part of the mission. So how do I bring myself into this work so I share a piece of myself, but also receive what's being shared with me?
I think it's interesting to have people that come from different places instead of a certain uniformity. It adds to the richness. I tell dancers, I'm looking for artists that can move beyond the proscenium right into here. So when people see them, they go, oh! When you see a vulnerable person giving their all, it's magic.
My last stop brings me to Bethesda Terrace in Central Park to meet with Stephanie Nunez, New York native who grew up in the Washington Heights neighborhood in Manhattan, also known as Little Dominican Republic.
Growing up in New York and growing up in Washington Heights specifically, I am first-generation American, and I just was always so connected to my roots. I walk out of my home on Sunday mornings, and there's like old men playing dominoes in the corner and, you know, listening to merengue and bachata at 10 in the morning on a Sunday.
We're here for today's outdoor bachata and salsa dance party, hosted by DJ John John.
What inspired you to start this party?
Actually, it came about from the pandemic. Most of the venues that we would have in the events obviously closed, and we just kept it going. Yeah, it can't be Central Park.
No, you can't. It's beautiful. What do you feel when you're DJing and you see all these dancers?
It's a natural high.
What's wonderful is that you see you DJing, and then all of a sudden I see you on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And that's when you know it's a good
dance.
party.
I love to dance.
I can tell.
1, 2, 3, tap. Yes. And then we're gonna start with that same foot over. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Yep. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1.
So you do a little hip bump.
Tap. 1, 2. Bachata was like brothel music in Dominican Republic, so it was only really played at, you know, these like very dingy places. And in the 90s, I think is when things started to shift a little bit because a lot of the artists that were making bachata music started to become known overseas. And so then it became something a little bit more widespread.
Yes. Girl, I feel it in my hips. It is a workout. It is definitely a workout.
All bachata music talks about heartbreak and like, I love you so much.
That's a universal feeling.
Yeah. Everyone
Even
can
if
relate
you
to
can't
that.
understand the lyrics to a song, you can feel that feeling in the music and the way the singer sings that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and everyone's felt that, pining for that long-lost love. We're like, no, you're breaking my heart.
Come back to me, Valentina, come back. Bachata, incredibly so, comes from this tiny little island of Dominican Republic, yet it's all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in like random little towns in Vietnam and like people know how to dance bachata. Or I tell them I'm Dominican. I know, right?
I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my God.
I tell them I'm Dominican, they're like, oh my God, I know how to dance bachata. Don't have words to describe the feeling of just feeling seen and just feeling like we've contributed something so valuable and so beautiful to the world.
Whether you identify as Latina, Latino, or Latinx, the Latin American culture here in New York City is a diverse representation of so many beautiful cultures. From South America's Brazilian samba reggae rhythms and Argentina's seductive tango, to Central America's Mexican dishes, to the Caribbean's Dominican dances, the Latinidad, or Latinness of New Yorkers, is a powerful and omnipresent ingredient to the melting pot that is New York.
And I'll see you on my next Bare Feet adventure. Wherever it may take me.
You can stay connected with us at travelbarefeet.com, where you'll find extra bonus videos, join our Bare Feet series conversations through social media, and stay updated with our newsletter.
Because the drum will hit you here and also here and ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Not on the waist, because that will cause you some organ discomfort,
Oh,
right?
okay. Dina, you're scaring me now that of what to expect. If you see below us, juice just dripping. So if you come here, you better not wear some fancy clothes.